It's moving ahead, and we know education is very, very important. We have a lot of kids here who actually will partake in this. It'll be part of what their daily life is all about. But building a community is about making sure the education is there so that quality of life increases with time. So welcome aboard. Thank you for doing this ceremony. I won't speak too long because I know it's cold. But to all of you, this is actually a big, important step forward for Medicine Hat. And I thank the provincial government for investing into our community. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Minister Johnson, if you would.
I'm just going to take a couple more minutes because I have a little bit more to say. And I sure wish with my bald head I could borrow the mayor's hat, but I'm just going to have to put up with this. You know, before I start my comments, I really have to point out that, and it's great to have Bridget Pastor here, one of my colleagues from Lethbridge. We got Blake Peterson here as well from the legislature. But there's a couple guys from the legislature that did a lot of work on this and really got this school for this community. And that is Rob Renner and Len Mitzel were the previous MLAs, and they deserve a lot of credit. I think we should give them a round of applause. You know, namesakes of schools are always of special interest to me. And we're opening up a school, doing a grand opening of a school in Calgary on Thursday, named after Captain Nicola Goddard. Has anybody ever heard of her? You know who that is? She is the first Canadian female soldier ever killed in combat. And I think sometimes we teach kids more by who we name schools after than some of the things we actually do in the school. And today is no exception. It's such a treat to be here, and I thank you for, taking time to delay this so we could be a part of it. But when I go to open up a school, we often look into and read the bios, and I didn't have to read the bio on this particular gentleman, Roy Wilson, who's been a family friend, a personal friend to our family for many years. And it's so pleasing to see Craig and Carolyn and Jeff. I know Elizabeth isn't here, but Catherine and Colleen. Can you guys just give us a wave, like the family members who are here? And where's Colleen? Right there. Give them a great round of applause because Roy did so much for this community. Roy did so much for this community, and his legacy is going to live on in Medicine Hat because of the name on this school. Yesterday we announced schools for Northern Alberta, new schools. Today we announced schools for Southern Alberta this morning, and there will be more to come. But today is about the Roy Wilson Learning Center. Investing in schools and communities and infrastructure was a priority when we invested in this building, and it's a priority now. And this government is committed to building Alberta and building Alberta's future. And investing in students and communities is one of the most important investments that we can make. And Roy would have been one of the first people to tell you that. His new school will address the need for additional student spaces in Medicine Hat and meet demands of this growing community, especially in the south. And these students are going to have a wonderful, modern, new school, a central hub for the community right beside the YMCA and partnered beside the Catholic school division here. But a school is much more than bricks and mortar, and it's about what happens inside that school that's so important. Last summer, Wayne and I toured some of the schools that we opened in Alberta, and we saw firsthand the excitement and the anticipation on the faces of the students and the parents as we went into those buildings. And I was asked then by media, they said, what are you going to tell the communities that don't have the school yet? All the pressures in Alberta, the growing communities and the areas that we don't have the desks for kids, what are you going to tell those communities? And I said, I'll tell them that they've elected the right premier, because we've got a premier who's committed to investing in kids and families and communities. And if we have to borrow money to build these schools, we're going to borrow money to build the schools. And she's taken a lot of criticism from that. But that's why it's so pleasing to be here, and I'm proud to be here on behalf of the Premier for the sod turning, which is symbolic of great things to come. And I really look forward to coming back here to cutting the ribbon, not only to see a great school, but also to visit an old friend whose name is on that school. So thank you very much.
Sweet.
Congratulations, Colleen and family. Thanks for everything Roy did for this community and the province on behalf of the Premier. And thanks for taking time to invite us, Terry. God bless.
And Minister Drysdale, if you have a few words.
Well, thank you very much, and welcome everybody for coming today. I'm not going to try to read papers in this wind, but I'm from Grand Prairie, northern Alberta, and I said, I'm going south today. I won't need a jacket down there. It's going to be warm. But actually, this isn't bad compared to where I come from. But I'm really glad to be here today to be part of this. I think we're a little late on the sod turning as I look behind and see the frame. I think this is the first sod turning I've done with the frame already built behind us, but that's okay. That just shows that progress is going on, and it's real great. This is a good example of a P3 in more different ways. This is a P3 project built under the P3 model, but it's also a partnership with the community and different organizations in the school. So it's a real true partnership. This school, look forward to getting it built and being back for the ribbon cutting. It'll be probably a warmer day because we'll be inside then. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister. Now I would like to ask the two ministers, Catherine Wilson-Fraser, and the two grade 5 students, Nicole Walters and Rain Etchicum, to come forward and do the sod turning, please. Grab a shovel and come on in. Catherine Wilson-Fraser. Catherine is recently elected to the school board, and she'll be representing the school board in this sod turning. And Corey Saddlemeyer, the principal of the designate of the new school, will also be with us. So come on in, guys. Corey?
Trying to get some kids.
All right. Flash the bags, guys. Let's get these pictures on. 1, 2, 3, dig. Go ahead, guys.
Keep digging.
Okay.